Media's besieged chairman, Ron Walker, appears to have bowed to institutional investors who have called on him to resign. Mr Walker says he'll step down at November's annual meeting if former Woolworths chief executive Roger Corbett takes over as chairman. Investors are yet to make their views on the succession plan public, but board renewal is firmly on the agenda, with 3 external candidates standing for election as directors. Neil Woolridge reports.
While the list of candidates for the Fairfax Media Board election is growing, one former political heavyweight has ruled himself out.
Surely the Fairfax board would be appealing to you?
No, I think the great days of Fairfax and the print media are probably past us.
And Ron Walker's reign at Fairfax could soon be a thing of the past as well.
Well, he's presided over a lack of strategy at the board level for years, and now he's presiding over the greatest bun fight that corporate Australia has seen for years.
There's been quite a considerable diversification of the business and a broadening of the business base, but I think there have been concerns around the decline in profitability and some of the structural challenges, and they're really looking to some new leadership to take those on.
Last week, Mr Walker stated he wanted to continue as Fairfax chairman until August 2010. But now he says he'll step down at the company's annual general meeting in November if key shareholders support the former Woolworths chief executive Roger Corbett becoming chairman. The Fairfax family, which owns nearly 10% of the company, acknowledges Mr Corbett's strengths, but would prefer to search for a suitably qualified external candidate who can lead the renewal process.
One would hope that the process of renewal is allied to greater cohesion on the board. I think they're the preconditions for a more constructive future for Fairfax.
But that cohesion may be tested further in the lead-up to the November AGM. Former Fairfax editors Steve Harris and Gerard Noonan are standing for the board, along with shareholder activist Stephen Mayne.
The Fairfax Media Company is a very important company in Australia, in Australian journalism really, and I just think that the recent spat that was exhibited by senior members of the board indicated that things are getting out of control there.
I think probably Steve Harris is the standout of the external candidates, former boss of The Age and the Herald Sun, genuine independent. And personally, I think it would be a great result if he got elected.
Another former Fairfax editor and now online publisher, Eric Beecher, says Ron Walker should step down immediately so the company can get some more media experience on the board and develop a strategy to deal with the changing landscape.
I think they need to do what mature publishers of newspapers are doing elsewhere in the world and acknowledging that there is a seminal threat to the future of newspaper revenues.
Media analyst Mark McDonnell says Fairfax overpaid for some of its acquisitions and also took on too much debt under Ron Walker's leadership. While Roger Corbett joined the board at the same time as Ron Walker, Mark McDonnell says Mr Corbett's retail skills will be useful in a media business.
He's a very, very highly regarded executive at Woolworths, was instrumental in its spectacular improvements in market share and performance. He understands, I think, what it is to operate in an oligopoly market and to prevail.
Ron Walker's departure by November is now virtually assured, but Roger Corbett's ascension to the Fairfax chair is by no means a certainty, given the Fairfax family's stated opposition and no sign yet that the company's institutional investors have agreed to the succession plan.